Question: how would you feel if OSHA knocked on your door right now? OSHA goes, they knock on your front door, and I think if you're like me, if you're like most people, you're probably not looking forward to that experience, right? You get that kind of pit in your stomach and you're like, ugh. And even if you got a great company, a great safety program, fantastic employees, you still feel like, ugh, at the best case scenario, this is gonna really take a lot of time out of my day. At the worst case scenario, they're gonna find some problems and we're gonna have to pay some fines. So either one of those, not real good. Well, the reason most managers feel that pit in their stomach is because they don't really know what to expect. In this video, I want to talk about the 3-part framework that every OSHA audit goes through, and this will tell you what you can expect. So let's jump in. Now, before I get into the 3-part framework, if you are interested in this, please check out my online OSHA workshop. It will tell you everything you need to know about an OSHA audit and how to prepare your team for an OSHA audit. It's a free workshop. It is on demand. You can watch it right now after this video, and it will tell you everything you need to know to prepare your team for an unexpected OSHA audit. Now, as far as the 3-part framework goes, when OSHA knocks on the door, there's 3 things that are going to happen. The first thing that happens is called the opening conference. So in the opening conference, it's kind of like a police officer when they pull you over, right? They're going to pull you over and they're going to walk up to your window, and sometimes they might walk up to the passenger window and kind of startle you, and they'll go, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" Well, with OSHA, they're probably not going to ask, "Do you know why we're here?" But they are going to tell you why they're there. They're going to say, "Hey, we're here because," and oftentimes it's because they had a complaint. They had an employee complaint. It's going to be anonymous. You're not going to know who filed it, who issued the complaint, but they're going to show up and they're going to say, "We got an employee complaint, and so we're here to do an inspection." Or they might say, "We're here because you had a serious injury. We're here to do an inspection." Regardless, whatever it is, during the opening conference, they're going to tell you what they're doing there. So the opening conference is the first part of the framework. Now, after the opening conference, there's the walk around. And this is the part we think of and we kind of dread when we think about OSHA, is having to walk around the facility with them while they're looking for problems and you're trying to, do your best to manage the situation. Well, the walk around is when they want to see whatever the complaint was. So if you had an employee complaint, again, maybe it's a real valid complaint, maybe it's not. But if you had an employee complaint and they say, "You know what, they're not doing forklift training." Well, they're going to want to see employee training records for the forklift, right? They might ask to see the forklift. They might ask to see the pre-shift inspection. So they're going to be walking, they're going to look at the forklift, they're going to want to see what they're dealing with there. So during the walk around, a big part of this is, even though they came to the company because of one item, if they see something else that catches their eye and it looks like it could be a problem, then they have to investigate the other problem as well. Because they're there to find safety issues, and so they're looking for safety issues. If they spot something, they're going to investigate that as well, and that expands the scope of the audit. Now, the third part of the audit is going to be the closing conference. Now, in a short audit, in a smaller company, all this could be done the same day. It might be done in the same, couple of hours. But the closing conference, they're going to pull you in the room and they're going to explain what they saw that they think is a potential hazard. And they're going to outline what that is. And this is the part of the audit where you want to make sure your team is in there and you're taking notes. So 3 key parts. You have the opening conference, you have the walk around, and you have the closing conference. Now, the real audit, the rubber meets the road after they leave, because that's when you have to take whatever they found and you have to make corrections. You have to make corrective actions, and depending on what they found and where they found it, you might have to reach out to them and have an informal conference. Now, I offer an online course that walks safety managers through that whole process. If you go to helpwithosha.com, you can buy that course. It is a course that is specifically made for what to do after the audit. So that's a really good value. If you need it, dive in, get that. But like I said, this training, this video was really meant to explain just the 3-part process for OSHA. It's something every safety manager needs to know. Hope you never need to use it. Hope you never need to know it, but it's always good to have that information. So until we talk again, do everything you can to keep people safe where you work, because no one should get hurt at work.